Welcome to the One Up Podcast, the place where we talk sports, movies, video games, and everything else under the sun. I am your host, El Caballo. Here with me are my co-hosts, DJ Doughy Fresh, the Texas one without a gun, Mateo. Last but not least, the bald one, the great one, Pucho. And if you're new to our channel, please show some love by hitting that share, like, and subscribe button. And if you're a returning One Up gang member, thank you for continuously one-upping yourself. From my heart, thank you. Appreciate you. You're always on mute, bro. What is with you in this mute button, though?
Mute gang?
It's a mute gang, dude.
I know he thinks he's trolling by saying, like, oh, mute gang, but I think he just honestly forgets every time.
Every time?
He's trolling the same way you were trolling.
Nah. Stop it, bro. Stop.
I'm just saying, you called Doughy out the same exact way that I called you out.
I was trolling, bro. Who doesn't know who says the 10 commandments? What? Everybody knows that's Biggie, bro. Come on. Like, me saying, oh, some DJ, you really believe that?
Coming from you, I would believe it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
To the One Up family, I'm sorry for you hearing this disrespectful dude.
Don't you get a haircut?
I did. I'll explain why my hair looks so bad for the public. This is not my usual haircut. So that happened at work, whatever, had to cut it. I cut it. Not me personally, but the barber who did.
Did you get hit with the Glock Dookie at work?
The barber who did.
That's exactly what happened. He got Glock Dookie that he had to go get his haircut.
Is this the third week in a row with the Glock Dookie?
I try to avoid this talk because I knew Glock Dookie was coming out.
But you're skipping the vital part of your story. You just went straight to the barber.
Yeah, just quick.
Yeah, facts.
You're skipping the sewage.
We
We don't even gotta mention that shit. That shit doesn't have to be mentioned. Gotta mention this.
So, Tony, would you have rather been shot than get hit by the Glock Dookie now that you have experience?
I would not want to get shot. I don't think no one wants to get shot, bro. Unless, like I told you last week, it just skims the butt cheeks. Just skim it. No, man. That's...
Why the butt cheek? I'd prefer to skim my bicep or something like that. You got to sit on your ass.
I don't know. For some reason, I just think about Bad Boys when Martin got shot in the butt cheeks in that one scene, and he had to wear like a pillow gel thing for his butt. That's all I think about.
He had the donut that he would take around.
Yeah.
I just think of Dominican people. It's a thing, okay? Yeah, I shouldn't say Dominican people at large, but it's a thing where people threaten and stab each other in the ass with machetes.
Huh.
And then the saying is, now every time you'll sit, you'll remember me for the rest of your life.
Wow.
So I don't want nothing to happen to my ass.
Shit.
Right?
Wow. That's personal, bro.
It's some personal shit.
An
It's
ass
vindictive.
stabbing. That
would
be crazy.
I would be a little freaked out if someone with a machete threatened to stab me in the ass.
A machete's long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're going. If they go all the way, it's a death. I think it's
What
just
if
like
they-
a quick jab.
What if they chop and then they leave it in?
The pull out is crazy because you're gonna
So
have
you
your
need to
shit
have-
just flapping.
You're not supposed to pull stuff out after you get stabbed, dude. That's what they say.
That could only happen if you got a Tyler the Creator ass. Okay. Do you guys see this on Black Twitter?
No.
He took a picture with someone at
Sexy
some
Red.
award show,
Sexy red.
and I mean, he's looking. Everybody's talking about he got the BBL. Yeah, he's doing like a weird gesture, but that's not. It's the BBL. His ass is looking extra thick, and the picture is just funny as hell. Like, his pants are tight. It's just a funny picture.
He's a funny person. So
He's
like
interesting.
it wouldn't surprise me that he he made that look crazy in that moment.
I mean, he definitely does crazy poses like that, both for fun and I think to get. It's provocative. I think he does it to get the people going. But he definitely did not get a BBL, if that's what you're suggesting.
No, I don't think so.
That would be crazy, but hilarious. I would expect him to do some shit like that, though.
Would y'all rather hang out with Tyler the Creator or Eric Andre?
Tyler.
Oh, Tyler the Creator. Yeah.
I feel like
Tyler.
Eric Andre would be a very stressful person to hang out with.
I'm gonna be
Even
100
on like Even in his interviews, he just doesn't seem like a person that I would chill with.
I'll be 100%. I don't know who the fuck that guy is, but I would still rather chill with Tyler than anybody else, or ASAP Rocky. I would love to chill with him. He seems like an artist I'd be mad chill and dope to have conversations with. I don't know.
You know what they say? Don't meet your favorite people because it'll be ruined.
Wait, what?
There's a saying like, don't meet the people that
It's like
you
your
consider
heroes
like
or
your
some shit.
heroes. Yeah,
Oh,
never
nah,
meet
I
your
never say
heroes.
my heroes. That's some comic book shit, right? They could don't meet your heroes or something.
They say it in real life too. Although I met Bruce Campbell. He was delightful. Bruce Campbell was awesome.
I met Steve Austin in the Turnpike and a rest stop in Orlando, heading to Orlando. Fire moment.
I don't think I've ever met any celebrities.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I have.
I figured I feel like New York, like Doughy runs into celebrities all the time. Like even if it's not directly running into them, we'll see them across the street or something. Like
Okay,
right?
I've seen people, but I've never. I'm just not the type of person who's inclined to like go over and be like, oh yo, what's it? Like I'm not interested. Like Woody Harrelson. He used to be on Jamaica Avenue all the time. White Man Can't Jump. I feel like dancing from Anger Management. Or how about in Palm Beach, the two little people?
Oh, they live
you're
right
right,
down the
the
street.
two little-
Yeah.
Used to see them on 6th Avenue sometimes just hanging out.
who? What is this?
They're like some real estate tycoons or something.
Not only it's a
They're
termite,
pest control,
like
too.
pest control. Yeah, they're like a pest control business.
They'd be all up on the TV and shit. But every now and again, you catch them on the block. They would just be on the block.
Yeah,
He had a
Lake Worth
pineapple
Avenue.
house. One of the brothers had a pineapple house on this very street where my parents live at, down the block. Crazy. I used to see him walk out and he'd be in his little scoot. I'd be like, oh, look at this man. He's out chilling today.
A
I
pineapple
wouldn't call them
house?
celebrities. But
Yeah,
they're fucking SpongeBob SquarePants.
Is it like SpongeBob? Is that what's
his
happening?
whole house is actually really pretty small. It's colored as a pineapple, and on the windows, like a wood covering, is a pineapple. I don't know if that's like the sexual thing, because upside down pineapple means
It's a big swinger house, is what you're saying.
yeah,
that's what it's meant.
little man, big sexual appetite.
Could you imagine? It's just all little people only. It'd be a whole swinger event. Yeah, that shit would be wild to see.
That should be fire.
I'd pay to be a fly on the wall just one time, just to see it going down. Why not?
Didn't they say like this lady's 7 dwarves? Weren't they just little people?
I don't think they like the word little people.
Like in Snow
Yeah,
White.
Snow White. Yeah, I heard they're changing them.
I don't know, honestly. Like I don't know if the old timey fable is like supposed to be like the mythical dwarf creatures or something, or whether it's just little people that they're talking about in the
I know the girl playing Snow White is getting all types of hate on social media because she's
Yeah.
criticizing the original story. People hate her. They
Yeah.
hate her.
What?
I mostly think she's Hispanic, right? Like she looks like she's
Something like that.
Puerto
She's
Rican
like
or Mexican.
She totally doesn't need anybody. She's making new waves. Like she's talking about the
What?
future Snow White. Doesn't make any sense. She's totally in control of everything. She
Is that
doesn't
how
need
she
anybody.
sounds?
Yeah, the girl when she was explaining like the new
Oh.
Snow White. She's
Oh.
like
haven't
she's like
seen
the
the
new
video.
Snow White. She doesn't need anybody, and it's like it's just a
I think
little
they're saying
cringy.
like, all the old Disney movies, everybody's like a damsel needing to be saved. Like Sleeping Beauty sleeping till somebody comes up and just non-consensually kisses her. I think Snow White, I want to say goes down the same way. I think when she gets pricked with the thing, she falls asleep, and I think the guy kisses her, and then she comes back or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
and like her entire story is just like she ends up living with dwarves. She does their housework until the witch comes by and gives her an apple. Like she doesn't really have any like action
Damn, that's
or like
crazy.
motivation in there, I don't
Oh,
think.
right, it's the apple. Or does Aurora get pricked with the needle? Somebody gets hit with a needle.
Somebody gets
I
hit with
think
a
it's-
needle.
I think it's Sleeping Beauty, and you're right. Snow White is definitely the apple.
Yeah, Snow White's the apple.
gangbang.
Yo, Pucho, if you had to sit with a celebrity and hang out with a celebrity, who would it be?
It'd definitely be a comedian. Maybe Dave Chappelle. Maybe
Damn, that'd be kind of cool to sit with.
maybe Eddie Murphy.
Like
Bernie Mac.
like
I
current.
these
I
are
would
these are
love
the people
to
I
sit
just
with
like to
Bernie.
just sit there and just hear them
I feel-
talk all types of shit. Like,
I'd hang out with like Chappelle from like 15 years ago or something. I don't think I'd want to hang out with like modern Chappelle.
Recent
Sure,
Chappelle last, yeah.
I'm not that interested in the Chappelle of today, but I think just in general. Yeah, that would be the rude awakening. It'd be like, oh, I would love to hang out with Chappelle, and then all he's doing is talking about trans people. And I'm like, this is not what I
This
thought
is
it
whack.
was gonna be.
It's like those.
You're checking your watch. Like, oh man, I got to get going. I got a meeting.
I got
It's
my
like
kids.
those posts that they make where they say $500,000 or dinner with Jay-Z. You know, like, of course the 500.
Yo.
And they're like, nah, because you could talk to Jay-Z. The game he's gonna give you is worth more than $500,000.
What artist got offended when everybody said no?
Soldier Boy. It
Was
was
it
different.
I
It
thought
was like $250 on EBT or dinner with. And
I mean, for
everybody was like,
$250, I would rather chill. I'd rather talk to Soldier Boy.
yeah.
People hate on Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy's the man.
Soldier Boy started the wave, bro.
Yeah.
He's the man, and he deserves props. I think he just talks so much shit that he's easy to hate.
Yeah.
But he's the man. But what Doughy just brought up with the, I actually wanted to bring that up. I wanted to talk about the Twitter monetization. How do you guys feel about that?
What's that?
People get paid for tweeting now.
Ooh.
I
Yeah, if
didn't
you get a
know
lot of
that.
impressions on Twitter, they'll just start sending you checks.
Apparently, yeah.
Ooh.
That's fire.
That's lucrative.
I hate it. It's
Same.
ruined Twitter for me. I feel like everyone on Twitter is just tweeting a bunch of dumb shit that'll get people to look at something.
Yeah.
Like someone said some stupid shit and now people are like, oh, what is this guy talking about? And now they're just getting paid for all that interaction. Like, and it's just so annoying. Like scrolling through Twitter, now it's all dumb shit. Or a lot of women now too. There's a lot of women posting their OnlyFans, all of that. You see the disclaimer on almost every single post now. Oh, this isn't a real picture. This is just a person advertising their OnlyFans.
Wow.
It'll be some crazy shit like, oh, you couldn't believe what just happened to me. And it'll be like some chick walks up and like insults him and talks all this shit and blah, blah, blah. And then they like link her Twitter account. But it's like fake. It's like they just want you to click on her Twitter account to then go see she got an OnlyFans to see how many people would just click and buy her OnlyFans.
I mean, I don't understand. Twitter isn't making any money on their advertisers, so now they're paying people to use Twitter. I don't get this. I don't understand the
They're
plan
trying to get
here.
them big tweets.
It's
Those
always
tweets that get millions and 500,000 views and like very quickly. It happens a lot with Black Twitter.
How does that lead to money for Twitter though?
It must make Twitter money. It has to. Or maybe.
No, man.
I don't see how it does.
I know Twitter's struggling with getting their users to interact more with things, and I think they're like trying to, I don't know, experiment with different avenues of monetizing so they could start running ads on people that get a lot of impressions or something. I don't know. I know for the longest time Twitter has not been making like any kind of money, and
Maybe those days are over with X.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Elon, you know what you need to do? You want people to interact with your app or your whatever social media network. Put a list of people, artists, famous, whoever, and let the people vote them off. And you have to remove their account from Twitter.
What is this, a
he wants the
game?
fucking Hunger
The
Games of
Hunger
celebrities.
Games.
Listen, bro, you're gonna get the most interactions. You're gonna have you can have
Everybody
Trump, you can have
tap
Hillary,
dancing.
you can have
Keep me
whoever on this damn list. And if they get the most votes by the end of this certain
That
deadline,
might be
Get
that might
my-
be entertaining. I'm not gonna lie.
that
I
should
don't
be
think
lit.
I don't think this is a good idea, but it's a funny idea.
Yeah.
I would love to see somebody get fucking voted off the island on the Twitter
This
or
is
X.
like what was the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie? Was it the Running Man?
Running Man.
Right, where he's like on TV and they're like in a
Like
this
a
is what
death
that
maze
feels
or
like.
whatever?
Yeah, it's like a fucking death maze. They gotta escape, and then, that movie was crazy. But what I was gonna say, bringing it back to what Doughy was saying, it was a picture. It just triggered the fuck out of me. It was a picture of like Andrew Tate, his brother, just a bunch of these like red pill guys sitting at a table, and it was like $10 million or one dinner with these guys.
I'll take
And there
$10
was
million.
mad people in the comments talking about, I'll take the dinner. And I was just astonished. I was like,
Bro,
$10 million. First off, these guys are not going to give, they're scam artists. They, like that's what these people are. But even if they hit you with the most valuable, I'm talking about the illest fucking anything, just take the 10 mil and invest it. Why would you like take their advice and work and bust your ass to maybe make some money? Like when you could just take guaranteed money and make money off that money. It doesn't make any sense.
Maybe at that dinner they tell you, why didn't you just take $10 million?
and then they leave you with the tab and walk out.
For real.
Andrew Tate asks you how many Bugattis you got, and then he just dips on your ass.
It's the Donald Trump move all over again, dude. Everyone's getting food.
Free food for everybody.
I forgot about that. That was in Miami, right? That he did that in Miami or something like that?
Yeah.
He's in Florida for sure, yeah.
What a dick.
I think that restaurant Versailles.
That mugshot.
Y'all see them? Y'all see them comparing it to the Vigo painting from Ghostbusters?
No.
Someone put it up.
No.
Someone put the two side by side, and they said, "Who wore it better?"
Vigo definitely scared me as a kid. I don't know if Trump would have scared me as a kid, that painting. Or
Nah,
the
that was
painting,
a
but
scary
the
ass
mugshot.
pain. That dude was upset, bro.
Yeah, that dude was upset.
He was upset.
I
He was
love
wearing-
my favorite part about this whole Trump mugshot thing is when they booked him, they listed his height and weight as 6'3", 215 pounds.
No, they didn't.
Yo, and so in the chat, that's why I linked the picture of Trump and Aaron Rodgers. Because Aaron Rodgers is 6'2", 220 pounds. So he's shorter than Trump
And he's
and
fatter.
heavier than Trump. And this guy looks Jack Diesel. He looks fit as hell. And then over there, you look like Trump got the triple BBL. It don't fucking add up.
He's
Like,
got the
the
depends
numbers
of
are a
depends on.
lie, dude.
That's crazy. Yo, while we're talking about people and have you guys seen that Fresh and Fit getting canceled by YouTube?
They're canceled.
They're
What is
getting
canceled?
Like they're shutting them down, like for them to stop doing any recordings.
Are they really? They're kicking them off YouTube, or is it like
No.
demonetized, or
They
what?
demonetized them. They took them. The partnership with YouTube that you can get to monetize your page. They took them out of that. They took them out of the partnership.
Okay.
But they're trying to work with YouTube to get it back.
They're not getting it back, and
But yes,
they're
What
saying they're going to go.
What were the actual reasons they gave? Because like, I'm not down with Fresh and Fit. I feel like they spread a lot of misogyny and whatnot.
yeah.
But it also it seems like YouTube has looked the other way for years. So like, what is the current
They let
reasoning for?
They let Kevin Samuels on there, which is pretty much the same thing. You know what I mean?
Well, Pucho was telling me
Well-
before the podcast they've had on like Nick Fuentes and like straight
Nick
up like
Fuentes.
white supremacists, dude.
I mean, but so did No Jumper, right? No Jumpers had this like same people, Richard Spencer.
Would you
and
say
stuff
No
like
Jumper's more famous than Fresh and Fit?
I would say relative.
Comparable?
Like
Yeah, they're close.
Because of that, I mean, go ahead.
I don't think just having them on is the problem. They were on somebody else's stream, and they were like doing like Nazi salutes. They were
shit.
putting on like white hoods on, like KKK members. They were dropping the N-word, hard ER.
Damn.
Sounded like a fucking Quentin Tarantino movie in there and shit.
Quentin Tarantino does love that word.
He does love that word. But this was months ago. So like,
Why
and they
now?
didn't even stream that on YouTube. They streamed that on Rumble. So I don't know how it relates, but for sure, I feel like it has to be related to that. I don't think just the whole misogyny thing is enough.
I mean, maybe. I mean, it's got to be a big decision for YouTube. Like, even if it's a controversial like channel like that, like you're still getting rid of someone that's bringing in views and bringing attention to your platform and things like that, right? So, like, maybe this is how long it takes the gears of the YouTube corporation to make a decision on whether to remove a big performer or not, right?
Well, here they're saying that it has to do with the Nick Fuentes toxicity of certain male influencers that were on the show, various guest fallouts, and public backlash that led to the fact of YouTube saying, yo, we're going to just stop this partnership. I guess it's just been a buildup and they just finally hit a breaking point. But, I mean...
How
like,
do you
why
feel about
take-
it? Do you think they should have been removed? Are you upset or what?
I'm not upset either way. I think Fresh and Fit, I think personally they'd be bugging out with certain things that they're doing and how aggressive they get with it. Sometimes, man, I feel like they have a point on certain things. Like,
I don't know that I've ever seen any Fresh and Fit content except for what you've shared, and everything you've always shared is a controversial shit. I find it hard. I find it hard that there's anything there that I would find of substance or value.
Like there's just some things like that just make sense. Like I wish I had it's not every. Mind you, I'm talking about like there's certain things that just kind of just like I could see how that makes sense, but. For the most part, yeah, them getting banned or getting stopped,
It's like
I don't give a damn.
It's like the shit 20-year-old me would say.
What?
You know what I mean? It feels like
Oh, what they say every day on the
a super immature way of looking at relationships and looking at life. It's that male that go hard culture, that hustle culture. It's like but like
That
10
alpha male
times
shit.
like they're like, yeah, you gotta work out, you gotta do day trading, fucking crypto. Why aren't you doing crypto, bro? It's the worst shit ever. I don't know. I don't think
I'm more shocked
think-
that it took this long for them to get like that partnership, to lose that partnership.
well, if they were doing stuff like that, like on Rumble and stuff like that, I could easily see why they lost their partnership. That's like super like foul. Even if you're doing it on another...
They were getting into there's some recent 9/11 conspiracies that just dropped. That
Are there really? What are these new 9/11 conspiracies?
Shit is like crazy. 20 years later?
I don't know. I'm not that interested in that type of shit anymore.
Same.
But
Same.
it was called something like the New Boston, the something like that. I can't remember the name. The New Harbor, some shit like that is the name of the. There's a big documentary with all this leaking new information and all this stuff. They got sucked into that thing. They were in. They're kind of fucking with the whole Jewish question thing, like questioning whether the Holocaust happened the way that it did, how many people died, all this stuff. And it's kind of like, you guys are supposed to be like a men's health podcast.
Yeah.
Just stay in that lane. I don't know why. It's just interesting. Like they're playing with fire and then they're crying now, talking about the Matrix got them.
I hate that shit so much, dude. It's so dumb.
The Matrix.
The
You know the
fucking
Matrix. You know, we've been saying for years they're gonna ban us. It's like, I guess it kind of feels like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like you just went and did all the most controversial things until you got burned. You know, it's just Yeah, I don't really understand what they were going for with all that stuff. Not to say that their other content was not bad. I mean, I don't think there's really any substance to any of the things they say on their podcast. But.
I really like when they went on the Flagrant podcast, Andrew Schultz podcast, and they got fucking annihilated.
I love that shit.
I missed this.
Annihilated. Now, certain people in the Flagrant, they were being a little cringy, but other than that, like their main, it literally took all the wind from under their sails and kind of left them there. It was funny because Andrew Schultz asked them if they wanted the podcast to come out, and they said okay. Like they could have not put that out, which is, I thought it was pretty cool that they allowed it to go out, even if it made them look bad.
I mean, it's that old belief, right? There's no such thing as bad publicity.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
you go on a
agree with that
podcast
or
with a
not.
couple million subscribers, and even if you get roasted, there's gonna be some people that are gonna look at your message and be like, "I'm gonna go check the shit out." Like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, nah. Andrew Schultz and Akash, I don't know how you say that guy's name. They were just roasting them. Like, yeah, I love that shit. Like, because they come off kind of like normal people to me, and by normal I mean like they kind of have like more normie views and opinions. So they're not like internet people. So it's kind of funny to see like them just ask like what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like this ain't normal. Like it was just like hilarious seeing like I'm not even calling someone like Andrew Schultz normal. That guy's a fucking maniac, but just more normal than your typical always online person, I guess. But yeah.
Nah, I always find it funny people getting roasted, especially if they're like people who kind of deserve it or have it waiting for them. Like that guy, that one dude you guys love, the college guy that sits down and be like, change my mind, like convince me or whatever.
We
Steven
love
Crowder.
him.
Didn't you guys
I
like
fucking
him?
hate Steven
Yeah,
Crowder.
Steven Crowder's
Oh.
the worst,
Oh,
dude.
I could have sworn I thought you guys loved him.
Absolutely not, dude.
Oh, all right, my bad. I retract that loving statement. I hate that guy. That guy needs to get roasted on a daily, bro.
Yeah, that
They've
dude
been-
sucks.
They've been
Dude, I
calling.
was talking to your people one of these times at your crib. We were all hanging out, and they were like, yeah, I love Steven Crowder. And I was like, yo, I think he's one of the most dishonest pieces of shit I've ever seen.
Might be.
I felt like I went too hard. The whole table just got silent. I was
Oof.
like,
Because you
Damn,
called him out.
you
I
went
came in a little too hot.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, everybody likes Crowder. I fucked that one up.
They were like,
I mean, you voiced your opinion. That's how you feel. No one can hate you for it. Even though
No,
it's
it
valid.
ain't about
in some
hating.
ways,
It's just
but
like you got to read the room. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? You can't
facts.
come in
hot.
I came in hot. I came in supersonic
surgical
speed
strike.
and just annihilated that
Shut
dude.
that
And then
shit
everybody
down.
was like, well, I guess we really can't talk about that then.
This guy's great at parties.
You just jumped straight into the small talk at that point, Pooch. You're just like, so how about the weather outside?
How
For
about
real.
the
It's a hot one.
No, we
What
still
about-
talked about Stephen Crawford. Stephen Crawford. I'm thinking of Terence Crawford.
Oh.
Okay. 2-time undisputed champion, by the way. All right. I don't know if you guys watched that fight
Yeah,
with
that
Spence.
fight was
Impressive.
crazy.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, we still talked about Steven Crowder.
Nah, bro, you can't
You know,
go
I
over
was just
that
saying,
quick,
like, it just feels super dishonest, like, because they were kind of framing it like, oh, he sits there, he'll have a debate, you know, liberals don't want to debate and blah blah, and I was like, yeah, I think people on the left tend to be more cancel-y than people on the right, at least today on the internet, but I just think it's so dishonest how Steven Crowder sets up the debate. It's like he knows what he's going to talk about in advance. He has all these papers with all these like facts that he's like prepared. And then he'll get some fucking dweeb that was just walking through campus, saw this sign that said, all women are whores or some crazy shit like that. And they're like, hold up. And then let me sit down and talk about this. And then he's just like, in the middle of the conversation, he's like, well, I have this study right here. And it's like, how do you combat that? Like, and he's holding the microphone. So as soon as people start talking to him, he'll just yank it from them. So it's like, people can't get their full points out.
Yeah,
it just feels too manipulated to me. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't want no one to win in his battles.
So, but where were you going, Tony? We love Steven Crowder.
I was gonna say, nah, don't go over that boxing match too quick like that. That boy is Junior Spence. He came out like he was half asleep or drunk. I don't know what's up with him. Boy,
It felt like one person was going in slow motion while the other person was fighting in regular speed.
bro, Buddy hit him with the. Bah, 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 bah. This man was just. I'm like, bro, this is to me, it was the wackest fight I ever seen of two people fighting. I mean, Terence did his thing, but
People love fights
the other
like
guy
that.
was just like,
A
you could just
mollywopping?
tell, bro, you could just tell the level difference between them two. Like,
I mean, a lot of that usually comes down to conditioning. Was there a conditioning issue or some shit like that?
I think at the end, Errol Spence tried to say, like, he said multiple times he ain't making no excuses, but he basically said it's been hard for him to make 147, and he wants to have a rematch at 154, basically at the next weight class. I still think Terence beats him. I do feel like Errol Spence was off that night. Like, I feel like if they do a rematch, it'll be a more competitive fight. But Terence Crawford is just an incredible fighter.
That's
and
nasty.
a lot of people have just been sleeping on him for years because, to be truthfully, his opposition has been pretty trash. He hasn't really fought a lot of good fighters. So it's like,
somebody said that he woke up at the side of a gas station, got a black and mild, walked straight to the arena ready to fight. Yo, because of how bad he looked, bro. This man hadn't got a haircut, and supposedly he hadn't had sex, got a haircut or anything for like 5 months, and just came straight to fight. I was just like, bro, the man looked savage though. He came in and he did his. Man's nasty, bro. I would
they
not.
both walked in with black Air Forces, so I thought it was gonna be a war. Like, I thought these dudes are gonna. Yeah, it's crazy that you think the fight was whack. I don't know, like the way I feel with fights. There's a couple things that make a fight entertaining to me. It's like how competitive the fight is. So, like, obviously, if you got two people that are going back and forth trying to one up each other
Awesome.
constantly,
Yeah.
that's always going to be an incredible fight. Like, thinking of like those Mexican wars with like Morales and Barrera.
I was just thinking of Barrera right when you were mentioning shit like that.
Right, like those fights were crazy to me back in the day. Right, that's entertaining. But there's also an entertainment factor when you have just like two huge names. Like, to a lot of people, right, like Mayweather versus Pacquiao was a terrible fight. I loved the fight.
I love that fight
because it just was so amazing. Like, finally these two guys are in the ring. Like, I've been waiting for these two guys to fight for like 4 years. Like, I've just been like dying for these people to fight. So now that the fight's happening, there's like a hype, there's an anticipation, there's like unknown what's gonna happen, and then it just turned into an ass whooping, which is kind of good to watch too. You know, I'm cool with that. So I just liked it. I was just impressed how good Crawford really was, how well he performed, like all of that.
I don't know. I guess when you pay pay-per-view, you want to see a match that's kind of close, but showing like crazy like combinations and stuff like combination. I don't know. Damn, though he fucked my life up with that Drake combination shit. But yeah, it's like it's just I just seen the what
Though he
happened?
turned this fog machine on.
I could just tell just by looking at it that it's there's a different level of power and just skill, bro. Like, it's like if me and Pucho's boxing. Pucho clearly is he's done boxing. I'm not professional or anything, but he knows more than me. Like, Pucho's skill level is higher than mine. So you could just tell the difference. To me, I noticed that by round 5, I was like, bro, this guy is done. There's nothing like Junior probably got like round 1 and that's it in my books. And then other than that, it was just downhill. Terence just demolished him. And I found it
Yeah,
whack.
round 1 was like
a feeler,
a toss up. Like it's hard to tell who won the round or whatever. Round 2, Terence Crawford scored the knockdown, and after that, it was just one sided. Like, and it was crazy to see someone like Spence who has power and all of that, and no matter how hard he was throwing, it just looked like he was punching a statue. Like, it just did not affect Crawford whatsoever. I was like, this is nuts.
Was it like that video that Doughy shared earlier? That dude that just was eating those punches in the
It's very funny.
Wait, the guy who's just sitting cross-armed? Like,
He's just cross-armed and just getting punched in the face.
Yeah,
Someone
that's crazy.
Someone referred to it as the what do they call it? The WWE corner punches.
Although someone, it's funny that you mentioned like someone standing like this. They said my dog Trump was taking his prison pics like that when he went in with his whole. Bro, it's funny. They had him looking like Kodak Black with dreads tatted up. They're talking about that's how Trump gonna come out. He's gonna be straight. He's gonna have a rap sheet now, so now he's gonna have more. He said he's gonna have people from the hood really vote for him because now he's got a record and stuff. I'm just like, bro. Twitter's hilarious. Black Twitter's hilarious.
Nah, that's Florida Twitter. I don't know
that's
what.
Florida Twitter?
That must be some Florida shit. I haven't seen any of this.
Oh,
all right.
I'm on that Twitter
That's that
Florida
down
page.
south. That's that Tony Polanco algorithm.
Damn.
No, I'm just
the heights or some shit like that.
I'm just saying. It's because he only follows him.
Our Tony is in that like Zopound algorithm, like that fucking Haitian Lake Worth Twitter. That's the circle you're in.
That's such a weirdly specific circle of Twitter.
That's crazy.
Yo, they started hitting me with the. I want to say, dude is either from Palm Beach
I have a few people.
or like somewhere in like Miami, like Fort Lauderdale or something like that. YouTube's hit me with this one Haitian guy eating mad food, and I'm just like, it feels. Yo, I listen to those videos and I feel like it's Marshall, bro. They just sound the same. I'm like, yo, this is the homie. Like,
Yeah.
it was just hilarious.
There's nothing more comforting than watching Marshall, DJ Neff, eating a plate of spaghetti.
Bro, that shit is crazy to me.
No, I didn't know it was the content I needed. It was the AMSR that would hit me in the right way. Like, it has my crosshairs. Anytime I share it, I'm like, oh, especially I don't like when they don't have his spaghetti. Because then it's different.
Tony, hit us with some of our ASMR. Give me one of them chips.
I got those on deck.
Oh, there you go.
Delish.
That big crunch, dude.
You
that
could
was a
sell
good
that
one.
crunch, all right?
Yeah, we could sell that to like Ruffles, the Tostitos. Somebody could get that crunch.
Yo, that crunch is defined.
Bro,
But yo, the week
if we're
that Marshall
sponsored by
didn't get his
Tostitos.
spaghetti, the week Marshall didn't get his spaghetti, I was tight.
Yes,
I think I commented on his food the following week. I was like, "They got your spaghetti."
It always kills me.
I've eaten that a plate like that at Marshall's crib before.
Damn.
I haven't had that in years. I don't even remember what it tastes like. I remember back in the day thinking it didn't taste that good, but I didn't have a good. I ate like you guys, like Doughy and Tony, and I'm like the chicken nugget people. You know what I mean? Where it's like all you eat when you go out is like chicken fingers and fries and shit, or well done steaks, and, things like that.
What type of shit is this?
The guys
dog?
with the white shirts.
Rice with ketchup ass people.
The guys who went to.
So I'm actually interested. Next time we're in Palm Beach, we need to hit up Marshall, and we need to go and do a Haitian spaghetti extravaganza. We could all go and.
Oh, that would be lit.
That would be so fire.
Hope it's not spicy. Is it spicy?
Nah.
You don't like. Don't worry.
I don't
You
fuck
could
with
tell
that
them
spice.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
flavorless,
This
please.
is a chicken finger and
Flavorless.
fries.
That ain't got
energy.
nothing to do with
It
chicken
can't have
tenders
no
and fries.
spice on it.
You could be like, "Excuse me, ma'am. Can you take all the flavor out of the spaghetti?"
Nah, not the flavor. Obviously, I have the flavor. We got some haters.
Just give me the dry noodles.
Yo, do y'all
Just
think?
give me the dry noodles.
Do y'all think Trump's if he still runs for campaign since he also going to jail and all that, you think this affects him in any way, shape, or form?
I don't think it affects any of the Trump faithful at all.
The Trump faithful.
Yeah,
I mean, they just had. Did you
funny.
guys see the Republican debate?
No.
It's
No.
crazy. They didn't talk about anything, dude. They were just competing for sound bites.
Exactly. But halfway through the debate, they asked him like, "Yo, if Trump ran for president after getting convicted, would y'all support him?" I think there were like 9 people on that stage. Like 7 of them raised their hand. So it's like, I don't think it matters. And it not only that he's charged, they're saying that he's convicted. Like that he gets found guilty. They're just like, we'll support his ass.
Bro,
Like,
Chris Christie, who would like for 2 weeks has been on every right-wing channel talking shit about Trump, raised his hand that he would support Trump if he like it's insane.
I don't think
dude.
he did. I don't think Chris Christie did.
I think he did. I think he did a delayed one.
Nah, it was Pence and who's the dude from Florida?
The slow one to try to get
Yeah. Who's the dude from Florida? DeSantis. Wow, that guy has the fucking personality of a thumb. Everybody thought he was gonna be the favorite, and it ain't. This guy has no shot.
Did you see him glitching out? Like his animatronics were failing when he was trying to smile at the camera.
No, I didn't see that. I thought you were talking about the bobblehead. When he's talking, he goes like this. He's like, and we need to get the George Soros money. And it's like, what are you fucking talking about?
Yeah.
Politics is
But
a fucking
half the stage raised their hands, and then Mike Pence and DeSantis like looked over, and they're like, "It's hilarious."
They need them votes.
Yeah.
It's insane, dude.
If they know that those people are gonna get votes off of that, they're like, all right, fuck it. We gotta go to 7 out of 10 of us.
A man going to jail is gonna get votes. I'm gonna have to do a halfway hand up for that. Like, it's crazy.
Dude, the counter programming he did too, where Trump went on Twitter and did that interview with Tucker Carlson. They talked about like appliances and UFOs. Like it was also just batshit insane. Like what they were talking about.
I've wanted to check that out, and I didn't get the chance. But
I've looked at clips. I can't. I don't have enough brain cells to like kill watching the entire thing. But I watched some clips.
It's crazy.
Apparently, it's the most watched video on Twitter or something crazy like that. So
Awesome.
I mean, obviously, some
it's
people.
awesome. the new guy in the debate is the fucking Andrew Yang of the right. You guys see this Vivek Ramaswamy?
What a piece of shit, dude! Like he just came. He's like the fucking soundbite dude number 1. Like,
Nah, freaking. I don't know. I think
dropped out. Pooch.
He was hitting the Guac 3000 on Trump. Like Trump did no wrong in his eyes, and he was just like giving that guy all the praise.
Was this
it
real?
was just
was it a real debate, or is this just a bunch of people competing to be vice president?
No, this is a real debate.
All these
people are running against Donald Trump.
I get that, but like, is there actual intent? Because I don't think any of them actually believe they're going to top Trump. DeSantis was the closest, and he's still way behind Trump in polling.
Yeah, I think in the polls, Trump is like at 50%, and then DeSantis is at like. Actually, Vivek is higher than him, which I was shocked by that. He was higher before the debate. I didn't even know who he was before the debate. But he was like at 12%, then DeSantis at like 10%, and everybody else was at like single digits. So I don't think any of these people have a chance against Trump. I think the only way there's a chance is if Trump drops out due to this, like, his legal situation.
Or if he gets deemed incapable of being president again. I know there's been some talks about the 14th Amendment, but like, I think it's the 14th Amendment. I forget which one. There's one where they're talking about if you've committed treason against the United States, you are not eligible for office.
Oh, that would definitely mess up Trump. You're on mute again, though.
It sounded like you said, when you said "osh," it sounded like you said "stop the bush."
Stop the bush.
It's like
you said "osh," Tony.
Yeah, he said "osh."
Checks out. Osh.
Word checks out. I'm tired of this checkout slang. This guy's just
checkout slang. I mean, you just have mannerisms, and you're consistent. You just whip them out. Stop the bush.
Stop the bush. Man doesn't want to curse on there and not get made fun of. It's crazy.
It's so funny. The stretch.
Anyways, yo, you guys seen the new Star Wars show?
Ayahuasca.
Star Wars ayahuasca. I'd drink that.
That's
I'd like to
definitely
try
a show.
ayahuasca one day. I heard it's crazy. Actually, I don't know if I want to try it.
You get
I heard
real
it's
sick, right? Don't you like vomit when you drink it
From
or
what?
something?
From drinking that?
You can, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
It's like
any
part of the
alcohol.
process.
Yeah.
Oh, off rip, you
What?
throw up?
You throw it up. Yeah.
Oh,
pretty
Tony
sure
Tony
you
just
throw
say
it
it's
up.
regular alcohol?
No, I
He
just said
just-
like no. I
Tony's
said like
binge drinking all day, apparently.
I'm saying like regular alcohol. Like you drink a lot of it. At some point, you're gonna throw up because it's just too much. I didn't know it was the
this
first
shit is
sip
like-
you're throwing up.
It's not like
It's
the first
poison.
sip, but like, yeah, it's poison. Like,
Oh no, I'm good. Who the fuck wants to drink that, y'all?
People who want to hallucinate, have a psychedelic experience.
Just go eat
Go see it.
shrooms.
just go talk to your ancestors.
I mean, this is the, I think it's what, this is the DMT shit?
Yeah,
right?
this is. I think it's linked to. I'm not sure if ayahuasca and the DMT is the same shit because I know the DMT is like a toad or a frog or some shit like that.
Yo, you gotta lick it.
I saw some crazy shit with some guy, and he was hitting it, but he had to blow it into the dude laying down, and I think that was either DMT. They called it the God molecule.
Ain't nobody blowing nothing at me.
Bro, he started like hugging them. It shit started getting very bisexual.
It's like the guy on Fox News who said he has his record of heterosexuality has never been broken while looking at a mugshot of Trump, and he's like, Trump looks good and Trump looks hard. And that second part, I don't know how to interpret that. I'd like to think that he was saying that in this picture, Trump appears to be erect. That's what I want to interpret it. Because why else would he question the
was in that
heterosexuality
stance.
right before it?
He's in that stance. Like he looks hard. Like he looks like a gangster. That's what he's saying. I don't.
Is he like this? I don't think he was like that.
I
I,
don't
think
know.
we just have like his neck.
South
I don't
Florida.
think I don't think they let you cross your arms like when you're taking a mugshot. I
South
feel like
Florida
there's a whole
Twitter
process.
let me know that he was throwing bows out there like that. I don't know. The man might get a tattoo, a face tat. It get Kodak Black comes out and bails him out. That's what needs to happen.
Weren't we talking about Star Wars? a
Star
second
Wars
ago?
ayahuasca.
I'm going back.
Ahsoka. Star
It
Wars
got washed
Ahsoka.
because of this alcoholic beverage bullshit y'all on. But anyways, I almost said Ayahuasca. Ahsoka. Yes. It starts off of after the show called Rebels, Star Wars Rebels. I don't know if any of you guys seen it or not. I have, because I'm actually a Star Wars fan. But damn, that attack, Pucho, you felt it?
No, it was so weak. All you got out of me was a chuckle. Like I saw what you were trying to do. It kind of feels like when my 4-year-old hits me. Like I need to tell them not to do it, but it didn't affect me.
You
at
mean
all,
like
know what I mean?
Spence Jr.?
Yeah, like
those
Spence's
punches
hits on
didn't-
Crawford. That's what it felt like. But you know,
But
so
nah,
I gave
yeah.
you the smirk. But
It gave. That's all I needed. Yeah, it literally starts off at the end of Star Wars Rebels. And that's why they give you a 2-parter for the first episode. But I don't know, man. I think this, just the first episode alone, I think this is gonna be a dope look at a female Jedi character, other than a Star Wars movie, right? But I don't know why, I just like her double wielding white lightsabers.
I think it's pretty cool so far. I've only seen the first part of the first episode, I guess.
Yeah.
But I thought it was interesting. I've never seen Rebels, so there's definitely some characters in there that I'm like, who the fuck is this? Like, what is this talking about? But did you notice that, like, on the bad guys they've shown so far, at least in the first, I don't know if they expand more in the second episode or the second part or not, but the chick, she's got a Padawan braid.
I don't want to ruin it for you. I want you to watch it. It's part 2. It explains it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ruin it too much for you guys. Pucho, did you see
Are
any?
we ever gonna talk about this again?
I mean, I might bring it up. I mean, I just don't know. If you don't care, I'll tell you. Like, but
Yeah, tell me. I want to
go for
know.
So yeah, she was a Padawan.
Okay.
And then the dude, that's
She's
her
a
master.
survivor of Order 66.
She was
Dude,
no, the dude the guy is not her.
That's one of my problems with this show. Like, I actually I really enjoy the show, but like I am very confused as to like how suddenly we're finding out about all these Jedi that somehow survived like the Order 66.
So he was
like
one of the.
it's like Ahsoka's been around this entire time. Like she's been around having her own adventures, and then there's also this thing. You remember in like the first Star Wars movie, like they talk about the Jedi, and everyone's like, they were like, I thought that was a myth. They're like, I didn't think that the Jedi actually existed, and it's been like 20 years, right? In this show, they're back.
Ancient religion. The guy pulls out on Darth Vader, and it's like, dude, we were fighting a war over this shit 15 years ago. It's not that old.
and then this show is just straight up back to like everyone knows that Jedi existed and who they were again, and it's not a surprise. Like there's some inconsistencies in Star Wars.
So he's one of the original. He's one of the Jedi temple where they trained the kids and stuff. The master is one of the kids. They explain it because they decipher his lightsaber. He's like, oh, this is from ancient times. And like, you know, one of the OG originals and stuff like that.
35 years? 20 years?
I just love how Tony's hitting us with an explanation that makes zero sense.
You gotta watch it, bro. I mean, I don't know how else you want me to hit you with.
I just think words should suffice to explain
Words
it.
should
Like,
suffice.
it's just crazy. I don't know what you just said. The kid is a master. That's why he has a braid.
So no, the girl is a Padawan to the master. I forget his name. On the show, it's Ray. Balin. Balin's the master. He was one of the kids from the temple where they trained the Jedis. Obviously, that shit he left. He abandoned it. Took the lightsaber with him, obviously, because it's his. And through when he became joined the Empire, he adopted this Padawan, this apprentice, I guess you would say. Right,
but they're not
the Empire.
Yeah, and they're not.
He's like
Sith
either.
either.
He's like more like a hired gunman, but he's definitely with the Empire. He's not leaving them.
Yeah, they're doing some interesting things here because like he's not actually a Sith. Like it is not the Sith rule of two or whatever. He's just like a bad Jedi. It's almost what it is.
He's like a bounty guy. He's just hired to help them. Find the general. I forgot the guy's name. I'm bad with names, but yeah, they just hire
the Star Wars, like Mateo was saying, there's a lot of inconsistencies. Like when they first developed these stories, it was like very simple. They had like they developed this world and they realized, oh, there's all this stuff we could flesh out, but then they had to like retcon so many things. So it's like, yeah, all this ancient stuff was like, oh, it was just like 17 years ago or 18, whatever, how many years, 19 years or something. Like Mateo was just saying, the rule of two, like historically speaking, the way they explain it is like, oh, there's only ever two Sith at any given time because of reasons, like power-hungry reasons. Basically, you got the master and you got the guy who's going to try to kill the master at some point. And the master's like manipulating him, string him along, all that kind of stuff. But then like in later stuff, you find out that like there's so many tiers to the Sith anyways. Like there's all those like Inquisitors where like when you watch like Solo, like all those were like a bunch of chicks with lightsabers and shit, like that were dark side. It's like they're all like Sith, but they don't have the title of Sith. It's just a little weird. The one thing I'm hyped for, okay, is they're gonna get into the Thrawn stuff, which is
that's the admiral they're looking for in this show.
Right. So those books were really cool. Ahsoka was not in those books, so I'm interested in how things are different. And they teased making new books, with Thrawn and Ahsoka, and I'm not sure is this after the Thrawn books or not.
It is because it's set like 9 years after the Battle of Yavin.
Oh, 9 years. For some reason, I thought this was in the gap.
No, I think this is set 9 years after the Battle of Yavin. So like this is
then this isn't right after Rebels.
Yeah, the Empire's been defeated, and they're forming the New Republic is what's happening. And I guess at some point in this time frame is when like the Empire comes back, like what do they call them, the First Order or whatever the hell.
Right. Yeah, because in those books, Thrawn, after the Empire gets defeated, he basically almost rebuilds the Empire like under his wing, and then he gets like defeated and shit. And I'm not sure if this is that story or if this is the story of what happens to Thrawn after he gets defeated. You know?
Yeah, according to this, it said 9 to 10 years after the Battle of Yavin, 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're saying that that this is the
Y'all know what they're talking about when they say stuff like this? Because I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
The
Are you
Battle of Yavin.
you talking to the audience?
Yeah.
Oh, he's talking to the. Wait, what? He's talking to the
audience.
guests,
They can't even
right?
talk back to you.
Well, I guess maybe I don't know.
If y'all don't know what the Battle of Yavin is, you need to take a cold hard look at yourself. Ask yourself who you are. Are you a man or a woman?
Are you?
What are you doing with your life? What gives you the right? These are the questions to be asking yourself.
The Michael Scott interview, the exit interview question. Who do you think you are?
Bro, after the Battle of Yavin, it was like the day Jesus was born. You know, when Jesus was born, they started the new year. Like it's year 1 started, AD. That's the Battle of Yavin. It's before Yavin and then after Yavin. It's the Star Wars time. Like the shit started a brand new year. It's a pivotal time in the galaxy.
You got to break it down
that
for
makes
Doe.
sense.
It was the Battle of the Death Star, bro.
Yeah, the first Death Star.
I don't know. Have you watched any of the Star Wars movies?
Yeah, I've watched
What kind of question is that?
Yes, I've watched.
That's the type
Star
of question you ask Tony.
That makes sense.
Me?
The battle, the Death Star battle.
He didn't even know
I
what
didn't
yet.
know.
Bueno, patata. Anyways, that was old film, but that's when you had the Y wings or the X wings and shit, bro. That was a instant mega battlefield moment, bro. Like, I don't know. Oh, whatever.
Yo,
I'm in my feels right now. Pucho got me tight.
With the head turn?
Yeah, that shit had me tight.
Hey, first you hit me with the Y wings, and then you hit me with the instant mega battlefield moment. I don't even know what those
like. It was a big fucking scene. Like everybody fighting in space to try to destroy the Death Star. It was fucking epic.
I have a question.
I always liked the Y-Wings, honestly. I thought they looked cool.
I have a question, a Star Wars question, an important question.
Uh-huh.
Was Jar Jar Binks as bad as everyone made him out to be? Or was it just we needed something to hyper-focus our hate on?
There's a lot of problems with those movies. I don't know that Jar Jar's the main problem with those movies.
There's a cut of the prequels where they just remove Jar Jar Binks. It's better. It's better. Misa.
There's
No,
also
we don't need that.
a clip that's floating around where Anakin's about to do the pod racing and Jar Jar Binks is there, and then some animal farts in a sexual way and Jar Jar Binks reacts to it. Everyone thinks that the fart is sexual in manner.
Wait. Go. That's what I want to go back to. They fart in a sexual way. What does that mean?
I don't know.
It looks like the animal gives him a look and then farts.
I mean, they're alien creatures, so who the fuck knows?
Yeah, so there's like a clip of it and then everybody's watching.
I don't know.
I think it's
I've
like
never seen
there's
this
like a
clip.
look back.
Tony, is this the Star Wars conversation you wanted?
Nah, but anyways,
Jar
so
Jar smells the fart, though. Like it's very sexual.
It's
And it has no explanation to why they did this in the movie.
It's because when George Lucas was in his bag, he just started doing all types of shit. You didn't see all the re-releases of the first Star Wars movie? They just add more and more and more and more shit. Like, they added Jabba the Hutt. Jabba the Hutt was never in the first Star Wars movie. They put him in there. There's a whole scene with him talking. It's weird. Then there's, like, parts where there's just all types of creatures just, like, roaming the desert that were never there. But it was just like wide open desert scenes. Now there's like creatures, and then it's just like awkward shit. Like they're driving by in the speeder, and like this big fucking elephant thing is like blocking half the camera walking by, and it's like, what is it? It was never there. They're just like he's just like throwing more and more and more special effects into this movie. Like,
dude, the Han Solo, the change in the who shot first thing is so goofy too, because like so many years after the fact, he's like, you know what? I don't think people are going to like Han Solo as much if he's just a murderer. So we need to go back and retcon this. And now he doesn't shoot first anymore. It's like, bro, it's like Han Solo is everyone's favorite character.
Yeah, the way they edited it too looks horrible.
With his weird little head turn.
It's like so fast. It's like it looks awkward what's happening. It's like they should have just left it. Also, I don't see how Han shooting first is a problem. The guy is literally there as a bounty hunter to take him back right now. We are about to take you to the guy who's going to execute you. It's like, you got carte blanche to kill this guy right now. This is self-defense. Like,
yep.
I don't see the problem, but
Yeah.
Han did shoot first.
Shoot first, ask questions later. The rule.
Tony, those white lightsabers are sick, though. Rosario Dawson killing it.
Bro, it's amazing. Like when she was in what was it? Was it the last season of Mandalorian? No, what other show she was in? Last season of Mandalorian, right?
I think, right?
When she got introduced into that, I was like, oh nah, this is fire. They have to make another show or with her in it. 'Cause, bro, it's like you never see any backstory of certain characters. You know what I mean? So it's great that we're getting these backstories. I love it. I love every part of it. I love where they're going with it.
I don't know. Every single new piece of Star Wars that comes out just tells me more and more how sloppy the Empire was. Order 66 was they didn't get even like 90% of the Jedis, dude.
I mean, realistically though, it makes sense, right? If there's thousands of Jedi, how are they gonna do one move that'll like perfectly execute all of them? I mean, they got the bulk of them. They took out the chain of command. Like, you know, they obviously disrupted the Jedi Council and all that.
They gave it like a day, and then they were like, okay, now Order 66 is over. Whatever, we got most of them. I'm sure that will never come and bite us in the ass again.
Yeah,
yeah. Even the Jedi Fallen Order games, like, yeah, the kid's a survivor of Order 66. He runs into other Jedi that survived Order 66. So yeah. There's far more survivors than I think the like episode 3 lets on. Episode 3 makes it seem like it was a total annihilation of every single Jedi, and the only survivors are literally Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda.
So just to be clear, so I want to be correct. I don't want to be wrong.
I have yet to watch that movie, by the way.
It's probably the best one out of the pre-sequels, I think.
Really?
I think so. Clone Wars felt a little long. Phantom Menace is definitely more of a kid movie than the other two.
I'll disrespect that.
I mean, the pod racing
favorite is the Phantom Menace.
I will say the Phantom Menace gave us some of the best Star Wars video games, though, because those Star Wars pod racing games were sick as hell, dude. They were so good.
Don't ever disrespect the Phantom Menace, though. He's out there. I'm waiting. Yo, Star Wars, Disney Plus. I need a Star Wars episode of just the Phantom Menace. Give me that. Give me. I want a whole season of just the Phantom Menace. I want a Sith Lord episode. That's what I just want a whole season of that. What, the Phantom Menace's name?
First off, no one calls him the Phantom Menace.
Yes, yeah. No, I know.
Is that
I don't even know if the movie is named the Phantom Menace after him. I don't know if he's the Phantom Menace.
I've never figured out who the Phantom Menace is.
I think he is the Phantom Menace.
I don't know.
I have to Google that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to Google that now. I think that it is named after him. But while we're Googling that, I do. What the fuck was I going to say before Doughboy? Oh yeah, so it's the beginning of this. It's a prequel to Star Wars Rebel, but it's not. It's before the last 2 episodes, from what this guy said online. Of it,
It's a prequel.
yeah, that's what they said. It's a prequel to the Star Wars Rebel show. Which
But
is
does
weird.
Star Wars Rebels take before the battle? Like,
It's weird.
I'm lost.
I think Rebels is a sequel to the Star
Clone
Wars,
Wars, right?
Clone Wars.
And then they're saying
I
that
think
this
it's-
Ahsoka show is a prequel to that.
But I mean, the Rebels takes place before Luke Skywalker and them, right?
yeah, because Obi-Wan like fights Darth Maul in the desert and like is still doing Obi-Wan shit and not just hiding in the
Right.
desert. I think, right?
Right. So yeah, sorry, just to be clear, Tony was begging for a Darth Maul
thing,
episode
yeah,
or something
but
like that.
he is the Phantom
I
Menace, though.
blame all the fake ass people that didn't go and watch Solo. Okay, Solo.
Ugh.
Right, look, I'm rocking a Solo shirt for the people. Right?
Dude,
Solo was a good movie.
Solo's underrated.
Solo's underrated. It was a good movie. And in the post-credit scene of Solo,
Oh wow.
Darth Maul shows up with his mechanical legs. So they were planning something, and I think the movie didn't do good enough, so they just like dropped it.
Ooh.
It's a shame. I enjoyed Solo. I thought it was a better movie than I thought it was going to be.
So they
I
said
need to commit to it because I watched like the first 15 minutes, 10 minutes, and I wasn't in love with it. And
It was super lame how Han Solo got his name, though.
There's
He's
a
Han something. I don't know if he ever gives a last name. I don't know. But
Yeah, he has some. What about your people? He's like, I don't have any people. It's just me. He's like, oh, Solo, Han Solo.
so.
Solo.
Just to
Boom.
clarify,
Fucking Ellis Island his ass. They just gave him a name. Like,
Darth Maul is the Phantom Menace, but they're saying that it's also part that they include Darth Maul, or that they include Darth Sidious as also one of the Phantom Menace as well.
the Emperor.
Yeah.
Everybody calls him Darth Sidious.
Well,
Can't just Star Wars
naming the
fan.
names, because people got mad when I said the Phantom Menace. It's like, oh, it's not Darth Maul. It's so.
He is not the Phantom Menace. The Emperor is the Phantom, or Palpatine is the Phantom Menace.
I hate that man. I hate that man's neck. His hand signal to shoot lightning bolts. I hate that man.
I love in Battlefront 2, whenever you get faced against either a Jedi or anybody, everybody just runs the opposite way. It's like 32 people will run the opposite way once they see like fucking Darth Vader pop out or somebody
That
pop
shit's
out. I love
OP
it.
as hell, bro.
Yeah, no, everybody knows they can't. There's nothing they can do.
Dude,
I
that's
love it because
how
it'd
it's
be the
supposed to
most
feel, though.
realistic thing. Yeah, it's the
Ah.
most realistic thing. Like, imagine you hit a corner, and there was a literal fucking like a giant, like a 14 feet tall, fucking big. You would just turn the other way and just start running. Ain't nothing you're gonna do. You're just out. Like,
not if you're part of the Night Watch, dude. Jon Snow sent his buddies down into that cave and he told them, "Don't let that giant through."
yeah.
And they stopped
Gren
him.
the Giant Slayer, bro. He killed that giant.
That's honorable. That's the most
No, man.
honorable shit.
Yeah, I mean that's the most realistic shit though. Like that hallway scene at the end of Rogue One, dude.
The best.
It's so fucking good. Darth Vader's just a beast, man. He's just murdering dudes.
Would you say that Solo movie's the best one out of all of the recent ones that came out?
No, absolutely not.
No one
Best
said
one is
that.
the best one is
Oh, I
Rogue
thought you
One.
said that. My bad, Pucho. I thought you said that when you mentioned the.
No. I said it's good. That was my whole statement. It's good.
it's underrated.
Rogue One is arguably the best Star Wars movie.
100%.
It's a good fucking
Rogue
movie.
One is
Yeah.
It is.
Rogue One is the
From
best Star Wars
beginning
movie.
to end.
Rogue,
I wouldn't say that.
Rogue One is the best Star Wars movie. Andor is the best Star Wars show. Like
Yeah.
easy.
Andor is definitely the best Star Wars show. Rogue One is just missing the Star Wars, that magic. That's what it's missing. for
Yes.
me. There's
It's-
no Jedi or nothing. Like,
I
there's
like-
just such a nostalgic feeling when I watch like the original trilogy. I don't get that feeling watching.
I don't know that blind monk
Rogue
dude
One.
doing the.
He feels like,
what is
yeah.
it? The force is with me, or whatever that mantra is that he's saying as he's over there kicking ass. That gave me some of the vibes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it did. Yeah.
Donnie Yen. He's Ip Man.
So, in
Have you
my
watched Ip Man,
opinion,
though?
no.
Tony?
Ip Man is
Hitman?
insane.
Hit
Ip Man.
Ip.
No.
Ip Man. Oh, you suck.
Wait,
thought it was
that's a
IP
movie,
Man.
right? IP, right? Yeah, it's a movie, ain't it?
It's about the guy that taught Bruce Lee. Like Bruce Lee
Wait.
is in the movie. It's
A monk,
supposed
right?
to be
It has a monk. It's a monk, right? Starring a monk? No,
You just haven't watched it. It's fine.
I'm trying to remember.
You
it.
gotta like guess your way into convincing everybody you've seen it.
I
You
know.
haven't
I
seen
would.
it.
I would admit if I didn't see it. I'm just trying to
Some-
figure out if it's something that I've probably seen. I just don't remember.
Some of the scenes in Ip Man are goofy. That thing with the what is it, the matches and the cigarettes or whatever when he meets Bruce Lee the first time.
I think that's a different Ip Man.
Is that a different
like,
Ip Man?
You're
that I'm
thinking of like Ip Man 2 or 3 or
oh
something.
shit.
I mean, I think all the Ip Man movies are good. Like,
Talking about the street
Ip
alley
Man
one.
1 is fucking fantastic. And there's another Ip Man movie where he's not even in the movie. It's a spin-off characters
What?
movie. That movie is fire too. Like,
Which one is the one where he goes into like the dojo and just beats up everyone in the dojo? Is that the first one?
nah.
There's
The first
where,
one, they're getting occupied by Japan.
Okay.
And he loses his dojo and all of that stuff. And the Japanese kill one of his friends who was like another martial arts master. And then Ip Man goes in and he fucks up like 20 dudes at once. It's ridiculous.
I don't know why, but
Y'all should watch Ip Man. It's fire. One of the best martial arts movies I've ever seen.
I feel like
I
I've
need to
seen
watch
it.
it.
I feel like I remember a scene of him or Bruce Lee or someone fighting in some street alley with a white master karate guy, and they're just fighting back and forth. I feel like that has to be one of those. Am I
I just
bugging right
love
now?
how generic this explanation.
That's just all I can picture in
In
my
an
head.
alley with the white on. No, I don't. That
I'm
does
probably
not
bugging.
ring a bell.
All right,
for me.
whatever. I'm bugging.
No, you're not bugging. It's just funny. I love it. I know you're not doing it, but for me, it's just comedic to make it seem like you're just dying to say you've seen the movie. So you're just like throwing shit at the wall so that I can say, yeah. And you go, I seen it.
I'm trying to remember. That's it. But whatever. Haters gonna be haters.
Haters gonna be haters. You should watch it, man. It's good.
I'm gonna watch
Y'all
it.
like 10 years late, I think.
It don't
maybe
matter how
even
late it is,
15.
as long as you watch it.
It's good.
Could be like Doe and never watch it.
Yeah, Doe won't watch it, man. All right, in Doe's defense, I told Doe to watch The Godfather. He watched The Godfather movie.
Facts.
Did he finish The Wire yet?
Yes, I finished The Wire.
Years ago.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how.
Okay.
He was a little slow. I remember
Come on
Doe
now.
was one of the non-believers of The Wire for a little while.
I
when I
didn't like the second season. Second season for me is the least entertaining. It was a wall. I hit a wall with the second season. I was like, none of these people are likable. But I see how it sets the rest of the story up.
I do
And I
want to
see how they're giving like different angles. The first angle, the second angle. You get the angle from all sides.
I do want to say I tried two things out just recently. Better Call Saul is a fantastic show.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie to you. Second thing, took a cold shower. That shit does make you feel Arctic fresh.
Right?
Arctic fresh. I took
Arctic
one
fresh,
tonight.
bro. Like I feel like I had a Russian banyo. Like I did a hot shower and I said, let me just try it on ice. I flashed myself with the ice. Bro, it was painful and beautiful. When I stepped out of that, I stepped out, bro. A little Zordon blanket and I went straight to sleep, bro.
The worst when you take a hot shower is when you get out of the shower and you start to sweat. It's like, why the fuck did I take a shower?
Yes, humidity.
Because all that humidity. The cold shower, you come out and you feel like $1 million. Literally $1 million. That's what I feel like when I get out of a cold shower.
I just like hot showers because I feel like I'm getting all the dirt and the sweat and the oils off of me. But you got to hit. I think the wave is you hit yourself cold real quick and then jump out of the shower. That's the wave. Showering the whole time cold, I can't get on that.
No, I'm down with it. It's so good.
That's
Today I just turned the shower right after working out. Full blast cold, hopped in. Felt like I was going to pass out for a second. Endured. Came out like $1 million. Then I
So
shaved
good.
my head. It was just all fantastic.
No, that explains the sheen.
The sheen. Yeah, the cold shower sheen.
I feel like hot water is better for cleaning, though.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
Why
I
does
think
it feel-
that's the case. For killing germs, sure.
For sure. Well,
I just don't think our bodies are filled with the types of germs that need to be washed off. I think the real way to kill germs is rubbing with soap and water. I think that works just fine.
And with a
I got
power
my
glove.
exfoliating glove.
yeah,
I
I don't
facts.
have those types of concerns.
So
I
everyone who
understand if
doesn't
you're
have
cleaning
a
your
power
ears
glove,
with just your finger, maybe the hot water is needed.
so everyone without a power glove is beneath you.
Yes.
They're definitely beneath the level of cleanliness when it comes to the
I
body.
mean, first off, why aren't you doing it with a washcloth?
Because I have my loofah.
You can't fit the
What are you
loofah
doing?
in the ear, dude. You see that loofah?
That gigantic
You can
loofah.
put that-
Not doing it. Then you got to do the thing where you like pull up just one rib of the loofah and put it through your finger, and then you're holding it. I used to do that when I was a loofah man.
Just
Loofah
try
man was
this.
the worst time in my life. I moved away from the washcloths to the loofah because that seemed to be the way society was moving. It was
But I
the
have like
wrong
a
path.
sponge. It's like a hard
You want to
sponge.
convince yourself though, after you take a shower with your loofah, get a white towel and just rub your ear. If there's dirt there, my boy, you need a power glove.
I clean my ears out with my towel.
And is it
You
dirty?
I don't think you can do the loofah
don't have to
with
answer.
with a cold shower. I don't think you can do the loofah though, because that loofah needs the hot water to soften
Yeah.
up. Otherwise, it's just a cheese grater.
Yeah.
You're rubbing
Yeah.
against yourself.
That might help out with the
Doughy's
skin.
gonna come out looking like a lean, mean fighting machine. He's gonna take all the cheese off his body. He's gonna go from mozzarella dough to fucking I don't know where I was going with that, but I get it. Yeah, I get it.
Michael
I
Scott
don't know
shit.
what happens when you grate. I don't even think you grate mozzarella. Do you? It's just it's a soft cheese.
Did you find out that you heard that the Parmesan, they were trying to sell Parmesan, but it was like 80% wood flakes or something like that. The Parmesan cheese you were eating, it was like they were like putting filler in it.
That's sick.
It's messed up.
That's why I buy the block of Parmesan and I grate that shit myself.
You got a block of. I've never seen the damn.
They
I'm gonna
do
pay
it with
attention next time.
extra virgin olive oil as
That is-
well. It's called something, but yeah, they stretch it out.
They put a bunch of filler in it, basically.
Yep.
Huh.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, you guys are chicken finger people, so I don't know if you'd be down for the Parmesan block, but
What
the
are these
flavor is so
claims,
intense.
dog?
It's so delicious. Nothing tops that fresh parm when you put it in your pasta and shit.
I need to see
I
that
put it
shit
on my
next time.
pizza.
I
on
need
my
to go
pasta.
visit you because apparently you've changed as a man. If y'all are giving me fresh pasta, ooh, look at this fresh Parmesan. Let me cut it for
I
you.
want to
on
see
top.
him come over the dinner table and hit me with
Yeah.
the fresh grate. Because I didn't see the block when I opened this fridge up last time I was there. But if there is a block of cheese there and I didn't see it, I'm pissed because he should have gave me a beef and a nice ass sandwich with that fucking grated cheese.
You
Do we-
don't make a sandwich with?
Which
You melt that
need
shit.
do we need to get some sushi while we're up in Seattle?
Yes.
I bet they got some fresh ass sushi up there.
Hope y'all niggas get sick.
It's gonna be good, dude.
Fucking sushi.
Those are the most sensitive people on the pod are hating. I hope you get sick. Mateo, what did you ask Tony earlier? You asked him a question. It was a question, and then Tony's
Question.
response is, "Why would you want that from me?" It's like, what? He just asked you a question, but I didn't even get into it because I was just like, you asked like, "What if something?" And I was just like, man, he's incapable of indulging this hypothetical. Like,
There was something
why do you
about
want
death
that
or some
happening?
shit. I don't know.
What do you
Some
want
injury.
the worst for me? Is what he asked.
It was the one you. I don't remember what I asked him though.
Damn, I
It was the
wanna know.
worst.
It was
That's
just
what it
such an
was.
innocuous question. Too.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, if you stuck with us through this whole entire episode, we appreciate you. Hit that share, like, and subscribe button so we can continue to post and show and give you guys great content. Other than that, man, go one up yourself. Peace. This man makes me sick. Oh, it's
The long pause. Yo, the pauses are longer than that.
It's a dramatic ending. You need that shit.